The community has already done an amazing job, though, embracing our organization. If I can take you back to April, we had around 70% of our member base pay in full or partial pay for the month of April, knowing that they weren't going to be swimming, just so that they can continue to support our staff. And that's just an example of the community really embracing our company to make sure that our staff can keep receiving paychecks, even though they're not coming to work. And it's really something that humbled us and something that we're really proud of, just because a lot of our staff live paycheck to paycheck and they really rely on that money in order to get through. And so it's not an option to close our doors and just stop paying them. And so although it's been a challenging time and we wish we could have been open and servicing, the generosity of our members has really been amazing. I mean, we raised almost $100,000 to help support our staff through the time, which is it's just amazing.
Welcome everyone. My name is Heather Young and I'm with the Peterson Partners team. And we are pleased today to welcome Jeff at the Swim Revolution in Vinings. And I have to say, as a Swim Revolution mom who takes and whose daughter takes swimming lessons here, I'm super excited to be able to do this interview with you, Jeff. So welcome.
Yeah, I really appreciate you having us this morning. You know, now is really a perfect time for us to have this conversation because historically Memorial Day weekend really marks the opening of pools. And it's really a great time to talk about swimming, to talk about water safety. And so I'm really thankful for you guys inviting us into this conversation today. And I look forward to the questions.
Okay, well, very good. Well, again, I know all about you, but I want everybody else to know, about the Swim Revolution and what you guys are doing. So tell us a little bit about your business and how you guys got started.
Sure. Yeah. So the Swim Revolution got started in 2012, and this has been a lifelong project that my brother and I have wanted to start. So let me take you all the way back to the beginning of our swimming journey, and I'll sort of walk you through how we got to the Swim Revolution to where it is today. So my brother and I started competing in swimming at the age of 7 and really fell in love with it, made all of our friends through it, loved hanging out. And so we took swimming all the way up through college. We were Division I scholarship athletes. I swam at Notre Dame. My brother swam at St. Bonaventure. And we just had that lifelong love for the water. And then as most athletes do after college, you get a real job and you find your way in corporate America somewhere. And my brother and I lasted about 3 strong years in corporate America before we realized we needed to do something else and really give back to the sport that gave so much to us. And so in 2011, we quit our jobs and took the plunge. And we decided that we were just going to travel to people's homes and communities to teach their kids in their backyard swimming pools. And that was our entire plan. We had no business model. We had no plan. It was just, we're just going to teach parents or teach kids at their own pools. And we went through successes and failures as most entrepreneurs do in the beginning. We ran out of money, had to get other jobs, ate ramen noodles and hot dogs, the whole entrepreneurial story. Until we were able to get a little bit of traction and build our way into a few hotel pools actually in Atlanta. So what most people don't know is that when a lot of businessy people travel to Atlanta, typically they don't pack a swimsuit. And so a lot of the hotel pools inside of these beautiful hotels just go underutilized. My brother and I realized that very quickly, and we started subletting hotel pool space. And that's what really helped us grow and scale our business to the place that we are today, which is the Swim Revolution in Vinings, where we service anywhere from 750 to 1,200 kids a week in teaching them how to swim. And we maintain a staff of anywhere from 15 to 25 instructors at any given time. And so it's been a really amazing journey for us for the last 8 years in this community.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. Again, even as somebody who I think we've been there for 3 or 4 years, but I did not know that backstory. That's pretty cool.
I think growing a business in Vinings and Smyrna is really easy. If you do a good job, the community really embraces you and helps push you forward. And so we feel very fortunate that we landed in this area because the parents have really helped embrace us through the challenging times and really help us succeed as a business. And so we're really appreciative of that.
Very cool. All right. So I know you guys, we got the email. You guys are planning to open back up June
Yeah.
1st. So help us understand what that looks like and what you guys are going to be doing.
Yeah, totally. I appreciate you asking that question. We are opening on Monday, June 1st. We and our staff are super excited to finally get back to work and do what we do best, which is teaching kids how to swim. The operation is going to look similar in some ways, and it's going to be a little bit enhanced in other ways. And so I'll walk you through the different, how that's going to look. So the in-water portion of lessons is very much going to be the same. All right. Swimming lessons is a hands-on service. And so there's not going to be any personal protective equipment that the swimmers use or our instructors use, just because that's a hazard when you're in the water. And so our swim lesson experience is very much going to be the same. One of the unique things about our program is that our class size is purposefully really small to begin with. So all of our classes are only 2 kids to 1 instructor, which really helps limit the class size. It helps the learning, and it works out really nice given the current time because it allows us to keep the class really small and just offer a safer environment. Outside of the water, on the pool deck, we're going to be enhancing our sanitation efforts. We're going to be cleaning all of our desktops, our doors, our locker rooms. We're hiring specific staff to walk around to be doing that consistently. We've also changed the layout. So if you've never been in the facility before, we have a number of changing pods that we have located throughout the facility where parents can change in those tents because our locker room space is a little bit small. And we're going to increase the number of tents and increase the number of times and frequency that we're cleaning those tents, just so we can separate the parents a little bit more inside the facility. And obviously, parents, when they're in our facility, are welcome to wear personal protective equipment if they would like. Most likely, our staff will either not wear it or wear shields. You're not going to see our staff wearing face masks just because the environment is very humid. We keep it at 80 degrees, and that just creates a challenge for the staff that are on the pool deck for 10 hours a day. But outside of that, we're really taking this effort seriously and doing everything that we can to provide an extremely safe environment for the members who are coming back with us on June 1st.
Okay, very good. I know, and just like you said, Memorial Day weekend, I know our family, we needed a change of scenery as well. And we did get away for a quick weekend, and our hotel had a pool. And
Awesome.
It was great. And although I saw Kaylee and I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, did you forget everything that you've learned? It's only been a couple of months, but I'm like, oh my gosh, I think she forgot everything. So we are super excited to get back and get started. So yeah. So with you guys just reopening, so then how has the current climate affected really your business over the last few months? It sounds like really it's non-existent, maybe.
Yeah, thanks for asking that. It's definitely been a challenging time. When we closed our doors right before the beginning of April, as most businesses did in this type of business or in this type of environment. And we had anticipated being closed for maybe 15 days, 30 days tops. And here we are over 60 days. Like I said earlier, the community has already done an amazing job, though, embracing our organization. If I can take you back to April, we had around 70% of our member base pay in full or partial pay for the month of April, knowing that they weren't going to be swimming, just so that they can continue to support our staff. And that's just an example of the community really embracing our company to make sure that our staff can keep receiving paychecks, even though they're not coming to work. And it's really something that humbled us and something that we're really proud of, just because a lot of our staff live paycheck to paycheck and they really rely on that money in order to get through. And so it's not an option to close our doors and just stop paying them. And so although it's been a challenging time and we wish we could have been open and servicing, the generosity of our members has really been amazing. I mean, we raised almost $100,000 to help support our staff through the time, which is just amazing. And so it's going to be okay. Swim Revolution's not going anywhere. We're open our doors June 1st, and we're excited to do it.
Excellent, excellent. All right, very good. Well, again, we're super excited. Can't wait to see Coach Maggie. All right, so what's been the most popular program with the kids? Is there one that stands out?
Yeah, well, we really have all of our programs are popular, but I'd say probably the most popular one that we have inside of the curriculum is called our fundamentals program. And that's really just our beginning program where kids start to learn how to swim. We offer a program before that. That's a baby and me class where the parents involved. It's a water introductory course. We're not really teaching the kid yet how to swim. We're just introducing the environment so they start creating positive associations of the water. And then once they hit 2.5, they start our fundamentals program. And this program is super fun, super simple. And actually, I brought one of our vests with me today so I can just walk you through and just tell you sort of how our methodology works. It's really, really simple. So all of our swimmers will start in one of these flotation aids. Inside of this aid are 10 styrofoam inserts. Okay, and so every child will start the fundamentals program in this, which will allow them full movement and mobility in the water. So they can start moving around, building confidence, not generating any fear or anxiety. They can start to understand how to manipulate the water, how to move around and grow in their confidence. As they progress in their own skills, we simply start taking out 1 or 2 of these inserts at a time. And the vest will gradually become less buoyant and less buoyant until the child's completely weaned off the vest and swimming independently without it. And it's really a great tool and a great resource to help get our kids who maybe have a little bit of fear or anxiety up front and allow them to build confidence gradually until they're able to swim without the use of a flotation vest. And so out of 1,000 members that we have weekly, I would say somewhere around 700 of our members are involved in the fundamentals program.
Okay, very nice. I think you guys also do, or one of the things that I really like about that you guys do is really making sure that the kids do feel comfortable. So 90 degrees, so they're never cold. And then they have you guys have the little goggles for the little faces, and so I think you guys do a lot that help them feel comfortable.
Yeah,
all right. So I also saw. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say real quick, a child's comfortability is one of the leading factors to help them learn how to swim. And so everything that we can control in the aquatic environment to make them as comfortable as possible really helps their muscles relax. When you have a tensed muscle, it becomes more dense. And so the buoyancy ends up hurting if the child is a little bit anxious or fearful. And so the more that they can relax, the more that the water will actually hold them up, and we utilize a lot of the child's natural buoyancy in the water. And so we're trying to control the things through water temperature, through goggles, and through just having fun so that they can progress and learn how to swim in a comfortable and fun way, and just create those positive associations so they keep wanting to come back to the water.
All right. So I also saw an email come through about a new program that you guys have called Swimmable.
Yeah.
So can you share a little bit about your new venture?
Yeah, thank you for asking. I was really hoping we'd get a chance to talk about Swimmable. So the Swimmable program is my brother's brainchild and pet project for probably the last 3 years. He's been creating a do-it-yourself swim lesson course that covers 2 different areas. One of the areas is to teach adults how to teach themselves how to swim. And one thing that we noticed in the marketplace is that somewhere between 30 and 50% of adults don't know how to swim. And we can't find really great programs to help combat that. And one of the things that we realized is that if you hire a private swim instructor, a lot of the times the swim lesson begins in the water, as most instructors would think that it would. So one thing that we wanted to combat at Swimmable for the adult program is starting the course outside of the water, going through meditation and breathing techniques so that we can start to conquer their fears and anxieties before we ever actually step foot in the water. And as I mentioned earlier with the children, the more comfortable they are, the more buoyant they are. That same principle holds through for our adults. So the more that they're able to relax in the water, the more that their natural buoyancy is going to help pull them up, and learning to swim becomes very easy once we conquer that course or their fears and anxieties. And so what we did is we created this course, and then we beta tested it with around 50 adults, and just found that adults can actually teach themselves how to swim, believe it or not, without an instructor in the water with them. And so part of the program at Swimmable is a do-it-yourself learn to swim program for adults. The other course that we offer at swimmable.com is a parent teaching their own children how to swim. And the timing of us releasing this program could not be better. Obviously, with the current environment, some parents are a little hesitant to get their kids back in an organized swim program. So if that sounds like you, we have an alternative, and that's the Swimmable program. And so what we've done is created a step-by-step course that's super fun and super easy to follow, utilizing this flotation vest like we've already talked about, where we walk a parent through how to teach their own child how to swim. And I know you're probably thinking, because I know at the beginning of this conversation, you said, I don't think my child will listen to me. I don't think that I could probably teach them how to swim. I'm not really sure. And so we just want to reinforce that we did this same beta testing with around 50 parents in our Swim Revolution location, and found that the parents are actually teaching their children at a faster rate than even our swim instructors do inside the Swim Revolution. And that happens for a number of reasons. Number one, you're already the trusted teacher in your parents' life. You've taught your children how to potty train, how to ride a bike. They look to you for so many other things, and it's no different when it comes to learning how to swim. They have that extra layer of comfortability that takes time to grow inside of a swim instructor that you already have as a parent. And so you can find that program at swimmable.com. We've actually created a special promotion code just for the listeners of this podcast. Normally the cost of the program is $249, but if you use the code Peterson, we've brought that down $150 and made it just $99 for your listeners.
Very cool. I love that idea. All right. Well, very good. So you'll have both programs going forward. So what's the best way that the community can help you guys right now?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think number one is just for parents to start thinking again about their children's water safety and getting them involved in an organized swim lesson program, or just getting them acclimated and introduced to the water again, or getting them signed up for Swimmable. It really doesn't matter to us per se that all of your listeners come to Swim Revolution. Our main goal is to try and promote safety in the water and reduce drownings. And so the number one thing that parents can do to help us is really just spread the word on water safety and getting their children involved in swimming lessons. The community already does such an amazing job embracing our company. And so if they'd like to be a part of Swim Revolution, obviously we would be honored, and we would love to teach your kids how to swim. But the number one thing for us is just to make sure that the kids are learning how to swim.
All right. Very good. All right. Is there anything else that just maybe I haven't asked, or that you want to share that you want our viewers to know?
Yeah, as we mentioned in the beginning of the conversation, Memorial Weekend really starts the summer swim program where a lot of pools are open. And so the number one thing that I really want to leave you with is just do everything that you can as a parent to make sure that your child is as safe as possible when they're in the pool or anywhere around water. And the number one way that you can protect your own child in these environments is just to make sure you're watching them or you're hands-on. And I know a lot of our parents, not you, want to sit on the side of the pool, sip a mimosa in the summer heat while their kids are in the water swimming. And I would just ask that parents do everything they can to be involved with their kids, be in the water, having a water watcher and being a hands-on parent is really the number one way to prevent drowning. And then I would say over top of that, adding a layer of protection. If you have your own home pool, make sure that you have a pool fence that's got a latch that self-latches that opens to the front, just to make sure that if your child does get out of your sight for a moment, they don't exit the back door and make their way to a swimming pool without your knowledge. And then outside of that, get kids involved in swimming lessons, or just take them to the pool so they can start to understand the water and grow in their own abilities. If we start doing those things, we can really make sure that we have a safe summer swim season, and that's what would mean the most to us here at Swim Revolution.
Those are all great reminders, great safety things to remember. Again, just as summer comes up, those are just critical. So, all right. So Jeff, we do the community spotlight once a week, and we always like to highlight somebody in the community. So is there another business that you would nominate for this community spotlight?
Yes, I am so happy that you asked me this question. I am humbled and really honored to recommend a company called Triumph Training. And that is led by a man named Andrew Johnston. And let me give you a quick backstory real quick so I can introduce Andrew in the program in the most proper way possible. I had 2 back surgeries last year, believe it or not, and really lived the last 3 to 4 years in pretty severe pain daily. And only through all of that pain did I find Andrew after my surgeries to help me rehab. Andrew is a level 4 Czech practitioner, which for those of you who don't know what that is it's effectively a PhD or higher in kinesiology. He is a past professional cyclist turned Ironman champion. He actually won the Ironman Floridian while on chemotherapy treatment for leukemia. This guy is the most amazing human being you could possibly meet, and his knowledge is the highest there is. He's consistently being rated in the top 50 trainers in the United States, and he really handles helping people of any age, rehabbing or just wanting to get in shape, and really works on movement, diet, holistic lifestyle. He's put out a number of books on how to clean up your diet. He's just an amazing person. Long-winded answer, but I would love to have you guys have Andrew Johnston on from Triumph Training, because he has totally transformed my life. He's helped me lose 40 pounds and just get completely out of pain. And so if anyone is living with back pain, you don't have to do that. Contact Andrew. I promise he's your guy.
Very good. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. Again, super excited to see everybody starting next week. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys very much. And if you guys need any more information about water safety, about swimming lessons, about Swimmable, you can either go to our website, theswimrevolution.com, and on there is all of our contact information, our Facebook page, our Instagram page, how you can reach us by phone or email. Obviously, if you're interested in the Swimmable program because you want to do it yourself, which we highly encourage because you can do it, you can just find us over at swimmable.com. And like I mentioned earlier, we have a special promotion code, $150 off of our course, brings it down to $99. Just put Peterson in the checkout, and you'll be able to take advantage of that.